Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to the third season of Willow's Realm. For those who don't know, Willow's Realm is a realm where me, my friends, and his friends play. It is vanilla Minecraft, and we just reset the world. Now this time I felt like doing something exciting to start off the world, so I thought I would speedrun. Only problem with that was that Ranger Willow, the owner, said no one was allowed to kill the dragon till we could all do it together. I still wanted to do this, so I decided to speedrun without killing the dragon. The goal was to speedrun to the end, get an elytra, some diamond tools, and armor from the end, enchant them, and be in full god gear before a week had gone by. Alright, so the things I needed to do to make this plan work start off the usual. Make it to the nether, get blaze rods and ender pearls, make it to the stronghold. Then I needed to leave an ender chest in the overworld and go to the end with enough blocks to bridge out to the end islands. I could use a flying machine, but on Bedrock those are way too buggy and I'd probably just fall off. Then I needed to get to an end city, put all the loot in an ender chest, and jump into the cold embrace of the void. Simple enough? Okay, so I spawned in, and like any reasonable person, the first thing I did was slaughter the innocent. I grabbed some sugarcane and then proceeded to get wood. Grabbed stone, some basic tools, slaughtered some more creatures for good measure, and we're off to explore. I found a lava pool, but didn't have any iron, so I marked the coordinates and kept going. I was lucky enough to find a second lava pool, but again, no iron, so I kept at it. I found a ruined portal, but of course I couldn't grab the gold because I had no iron. I think I'm sensing a theme here. I was annoyed by this and decided to slaughter some families to make myself feel better. And eventually I found a cave with some iron. I left as soon as I had enough for a pickaxe, a sword, and a bucket, grabbed the gold block from the ruined portal, and headed back off to the lava pool. Right as I was about to build the portal, some, insert PG insult here, knocked me into lava. I placed my water bucket, but couldn't avoid death. I was ashamed, but there was no time to wallow in it. If my items had survived, I couldn't let them despawn. So I made a boat and headed back. When I got back, most of my items had actually survived. So, just in case the viewers couldn't tell how bad I was, I forgot to click on my bed and let a mob kill me. So I got wood, made a boat, and headed off. Unfortunately, on the way I saw a shipwreck and decided to drown for good measure. As soon as I actually got back, I reset my spawn and made a chest for my stuff. Of course, the items I managed to lose were all my food, so I slaughtered the innocent once again. With the lava that was left after the first disaster, I made a nether portal like a speedrunner. Are you proud of me? I even lit it with the wood because I'm so good. As soon as I got to the nether, I dug for blocks so I could get around easily. Then I began traversing the nether. I even sped bridged over lava. For all you Java players, this probably looks like hacking, but I assure you, this is just what speed bridging looks like on Bedrock Edition. Eventually I found a fortress, decided this seemed far too professional for me, and so decided to die there. Fortunately, I marked down the coordinates, so we were all good. It was late, so I logged off for the night. I logged in to find my stuff destroyed by a creeper, as someone had found my place and not had the decency to clean up after themselves. So I went through the same basic steps, getting food, getting iron. This time I decided to keep going till I had full iron so I could survive more easily. I even found some diamonds, and more diamonds. I found a spawner, which gave me literally nothing useful. I made a diamond pickaxe, found some more diamonds, and more, and more, and more, and more. Then I got trapped in a hole on my way out with a lot of mobs. I almost didn't die, but then I did. Once I got all my stuff and got to the surface, I made a helmet and a sword. I had enough diamonds left over for the enchant table, so I mined my portal and some more of the lava pool and then set up a little base in a cave where I made the enchant table. I got base level enchants on all my gear and then made a new portal and headed back to the fortress. I grabbed gold on my way and eventually made it there. Since I hadn't reminded you how bad I am at the game for over a minute, I decided to die. So I grabbed a pickaxe, grabbed some blocks, and headed back. Amazingly, I got back to all my stuff in one piece. I decided to employ a unique strategy for fighting the blazes, in which I get their attention till they follow me back into a tunnel where I can beat them slowly. Now, some may say this is a pretty pathetic strategy. Eventually, I got enough blaze rods and left to go kill some endermen. The fortress was in a warped forest, but I decided to find a different one because of the mob cap. As I was exploring, I even did more speed bridging. That's right. Praise me. I am a god. Anyway, I found a warped forest, but it was too small. No Enderman respawned, so I kept looking. I found another one, but it was the same thing. I only got a few, so I decided to bargain with piglins. I got what I thought was enough and headed back. I grabbed all my stuff and headed off. Eventually I found a village, and of course, slaughtered the iron golem. I thought that the stronghold was under the village, but no, I just lost an eye of Ender. I kept going, grabbed a pumpkin on the way for the end, and eventually made it to a really cool village in a cliffside. I looted it for all it was worth, marveled at how it was generated, and then went on my merry way. Eventually I realized that the stronghold was back at the village and headed there. This was a very cool village indeed, both generating in such a unique way on a cliffside, and it had a stronghold below it. As it turns out though, it is really hard to find a stronghold under a mountain, but eventually I found it. I found a library, looted it, and eventually found the stronghold room. Frustratingly, it was no eye, so I would eventually have to go back to the nether. While fighting silverfish, I discovered a second library under the portal room, and decided to set up shop there. I hid the entrance and set up an enchantment table. Now at some point I'd needed to get a silk touch pick so that I'd be able to move ender chests about, so I started looking at the available enchants. It was available for iron, but I decided to wait till diamond. I made an entrance, and set up a portal using the lava that was already there. I found a chest with 2 ender pearls, but I still needed 3 more. 1 for the portal, 1 for an e-chest to leave behind, and 1 for an e-chest to bring it to the end. I found another chest, but it had nothing. After that I found some lapis, which I guess will be useful for enchanting. I found another chest, but again nothing. Then I found some skulk, which meant there was also an ancient city nearby. This definitely put me on edge, but it was also cool how many things were concentrated around this area. I found another chest. This one had diamonds. And I'm not complaining about that, but still, no pearls. I made a diamond pick to enchant with silk touch, but I didn't have enough levels. I decided to make an AFK fish farm as I would eventually use it to get enchantment books. So I made it and got to level 30. If you want to make a fish farm for yourself, I'll leave the link to the original video in the description. So I enchanted. I even got unbreaking and efficiency. I finally made an ender chest and proceeded to fill it with anything even remotely valuable, as I don't trust a single person on this realm. Then I had to go back to the nether for more pearls. I hid my portal and then went looking for another warped forest. Eventually I died cause remember, I'm not good at the game. I found myself trapped in a cave cause my bed decided that this was the best place to spawn me. After digging literally 20 blocks of solid stone, I put my bed in a better place and headed back into the nether. I grabbed my stuff, seeing as soon as I realized I was about to die, I came back towards my portal. I kept searching and found a warped forest, but again, it was a ridiculously small one. I guess though, the nether was getting tired of me, cause I proceeded to get 3 ender pearls in a row. Needless to say, I took them and ran. So I lit the end portal, put all my stuff away except for some nearly broken armor, a pumpkin, and a pickaxe, and went in. I then dug out endstone to bridge over the void. You may ask, why not use a block that's easier to mine? And the answer is because the dragon can't break endstone. So for the first 100 blocks or so, that's what I'll be using. So I speed bridge a couple times, then fall because the pickaxe was broken. I made a new pickaxe, and then I went back to digging and bridging. Eventually, I judged that I'd gone far enough and started using netherrack. Then I jumped again, and for the second time, felt the cold embrace of the void. Then I got a pickaxe and started mining for netherrack, as it's one of the quickest blocks to break. After digging for a little, I decided to go lower, so I could have a chance of running into netherite while mining for blocks. I even found a vein. Anyway, I went back, stored the ancient debris in my ender chest, and went back to the end with almost an inventory full of blocks. I went back to bridging, but eventually, tragedy struck, and I fell. Still with about half an inventory full of blocks. So I had to go mine more. But on the positive side, I found more ancient debris. I went back to bridging and eventually caught sight of the outer islands. To reset, I let an enderman kill me. I grabbed an ender chest and started the perilous walk back to the outer island. As soon as I got there, I placed it down so even if I died, it'd be there. I killed some endermen, mined some blocks, and started bridging. This was very inefficient, so I decided that I would die, mine more blocks in the nether, and then keep searching. I found more ancient debris, which gave me mixed feelings. On the one hand, I'm glad to have it. On the other, can't be too lucky on YouTube or people will accuse you of cheating. Doesn't really matter for me though, as no one watches me. Haha, I've cracked the system. Eventually I went back to the end and started exploring, with only a few blocks so I wouldn't lose much if I died. Eventually I found a city, went back and got my stuff, and built up to the ship. From here on it was easy. I looted the chests in the ship, then used the elytra to fly to all the other rooms with chests, and looted them. I didn't bother with many shulkers cause I didn't have looting. I managed to get all the diamond armor and almost all the tools I needed, and even one shulker box. I grabbed the extra e-chests on my way out, and flew down to mine. Left all my belongings in it, and committed suicide for the last time this video. And just like that, I had an elytra and diamond gear from the end without ever killing the dragon. Now, the rest I was planning to give its own video, but it would be way too boring, so I'll just sum it up. I made a mending villager, I spent hours fishing, enchanting, and mining for netherite. And within 4 days of the start of the realm, I had full god gear. Minus soul speed, but that's optional. Anyway, thank you for watching. This video was recorded months ago, but I kinda moved and then started school, so I haven't really had time to write the script for this voiceover, record it, edit it, just make it in general. Due to school, I probably won't be able to make too many videos, but I'll try my best. Thank you to the few people who are still subscribed, and thank you for watching. As a very small channel, I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, but no pressure. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Goodbye.